Hi, my name is Azra and I was interested by One Stop Advice Centre to project manage the icknield Trail project, which was funded by the Heritage Lottery Fund. Accordingly, the volunteers were recruited for the project and commenced with their training, which was abruptly halted in March 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Our plans and the way in which we had desired to execute this project were greatly affected by the pandemic, in that we could no longer travel in groups and had to now resort to individual travel. We had prepared 5 groups on days out to different sites on the icknield Trail, but this was now no longer feasible as non-family members were not allowed to integrate. This frustrated us, but nonetheless, the volunteers did the best they could in the given situation. However, once lockdown restrictions were eased and relaxed in July 2021, a few volunteers reluctantly grouped together and agreed to visit the icknield Trail again. Our journey commenced from Ivanhoe Beacon to Dunstable Downs and ended in Luton. Many volunteers, still due to the length of the lockdown and despite the easing of the restrictions, were reluctant to group together and travel with non-family members. I'm therefore extremely grateful to the volunteers who did put aside their fears and agreed to set up a journey with me to explore the historic trail known as the icknield Trail. Thank you to everyone that contributed to this project, especially the businesses and the business owners who allowed us to visit their grounds once they reopened and allowed us to retake some videos and pictures. But I am really proud of all the volunteers and their contributions and everything and all the research they did to make this possible.
Project, and I was in charge of research, specifically from booklet and just gathering all the information. And I was mainly in charge of the YouTube video and the editing and the photography along the way. So we definitely met a lot of different people on this in this project. We met a lot of like-minded people our age, and I feel that helped a lot with teamwork and stuff and critical thinking for university in the future. So I feel that it built our confidence as well a lot, I would say. And I think we'll definitely use the skills that we've learned during this project in our academic lives and in life in general. So I think it's definitely helped our lifelong skills.
Did you enjoy doing the project?
Yeah. It was a surprise. We didn't expect to find such a hidden gem in Luton out of all places. So then it was really adventurous for us as well to find out in our own city that we were born and bred in, such a nice trail. So it was interesting for ourselves. And then, we enjoyed it.
And if you could do something differently, what would it be?
I think I definitely want a bit more time, with the break because of COVID and stuff. We did I think rush it a bit and I feel if we had a bit more time we could have spent more time developing it, and it would have just been research purposes as well. It would have been better if we waited a couple of months and done it a little bit after COVID, so we could speak to people more about the area around here and businesses would be open and interview more people. The end product of our booklet, I'm really happy and pleased with the way it turned out. We still, despite the time limitations, we still managed to get everything in, and I think it looks quite pretty as well, so I'm really proud of it.
Thank you girls, well done. Thank you for taking part.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
And I was involved in a heritage project regarding the Icknield Way, and during this project I found it very interesting because I was able to learn about such an ancient route, sometimes known as the oldest road of British history, that goes through 6 counties from Ivanhoe Beacon to Bedfordshire, and I never really knew about this, and the fact that it runs through Luton is something that I find amazing and mind-boggling, considering that in my school we have a house system which includes 4 ancient Roman roads, which includes Ackerman, Watling, Ermine and Foss. These are ancient roads, but I never knew that we had one of our own ancient roads running through Luton, the Icknield Way. During this journey I've been able to build up my confidence. I've been taught how to interview people, and I found it very beneficial to myself, and it's also been a breath of fresh air because during the lockdown I felt my mental health was not the best. I didn't feel in the best place being stuck at home all the time, but I'd really like to thank One Stop Advice Centre for allowing me to go outside and finally have fresh air again.
No, this is our first time actually. My name is Mahesh. We live in Amersham with 2 girls, twins. So I just wanted to take them out to a nice place for the day out, and it's a nice day. So we found it. Actually, one of our friends was writing a blog, and I saw it there. And now we found this place, and it is amazing place to. When you come from a town like Bedfordshire or London or somewhere like
Something
that.
built up,
This
yeah.
is I'll tell you, this is heaven.
Yes.
You can see right around, you're top of the world, you can see right around, and it's a nice day.
And how long have you been living in Amersham?
We have been there only actually 3 years. Before that we were in Surrey
Okay.
for the school. So we had to come to Amersham and then to find actually good schooling and job center. So I'm working as a psychotherapist, mainly focusing on meditation therapy.
Sure. And in 3 years, you were recommended to come and visit Ivy Home Beacon. You didn't know about it before.
Definitely. Find a nice day, sunny day,
Yes.
and you come here, you will be amazed and will be in heaven.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm one of the volunteers here and I'm going to talk to you about my experience. As a group, we were explored and trained on interview skills and how to approach users of the trail for stories about their experiences. The trainer was always available, so this made it really easy.
I was involved in research and photography, and the reason why I was involved, it was because I wanted to improve my confidence and my skills. Due to COVID, it was impossible to arrange meetings of people around the trail because businesses were shut, and we were only restricted to emailing people to get info. I have now developed an interest in research and photography, and since it was around the weekend, it was easy to work with.
So, there are all sorts of landmarks along the way. Some of them boring, some of them very exciting, others in between, and lots of wildlife and all sorts of interesting things, and it's a spectacular view for most of it. So the gliding club started here in this field, more or less where we're standing, in 1930, so that's 91 years ago. And the zoo, which you can't quite see, it's up behind those trees over there. The zoo was opened the following year, opened to the public the following year, so that's 90 years ago. I think it's their 90th anniversary this year. So you've obviously only been here a few minutes, so you haven't seen it, haven't seen the gliders launching or anything. But if you're along the top there, you get a sort of panoramic view of the area and of the gliders launching and landing and doing their thing, which they've been doing here, as I say, for 90 years.
As you come into icknield Business Park, on your right hand side you've got Tom's Cafe, and this cafe is here just for the businesses. Now an industrial estate that has a number of businesses doing mechanical, there's a livery, stables, there's some horses as you can see.